Okay. Hare Krishna devotees. We are moving on to the next part of our program is Sunday Feast class. We have a wonderful devotee to present today's class. His Grace Radha Damodar Prabhu. He is very familiar to our congregation. He does not need any introduction, but it's our pleasure to glorify devotees. So Prabhu is actively participating in many of temple services, such as telecasting online audio and video of all temple programs and book distribution, and he also conducts a Japa conference in the early morning and many other services. Prabhu never say no to any service. With that, we will welcome Prabhu by loudly chanting one time Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. Over to you, Prabhu.
This is better.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Thank you, devotees, for coming for the Sunday Feast program and joining us on this day. Let's begin our program by chanting the Jai Radha Madhava, so that we will all get into the mood of being in Vrindavan. Okay, Hare Krishna. Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jai Radha Gopi Janaval Labha Girivaradhari Jaya Gopi Janaval Labha Girivaradhari Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana Yamuna Tira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Jaya Gopi Jana Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana Yamuna Tira Vanachari Yamuna Tira Vanachari Hare Krishna
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Hare Hare. Thank you. So Hare Krishna devotees, thank you for coming on this Sunday feast. So we'll let me make prayers before we start. Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjanashalaakaya Chakshurummitam Mena Tasmai Sri Guruve Namah. Vandeham Sri Gurum Sri Yuta Padakamalam Sri Gurum Vaishnavamscha Sri Rupam Sagratam Sahagana Raghunatha Vidam Samsivyam Sadvaidam Savadodam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padam Sahagana Lita Vishakam Vidamscha. He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandho Tevarpade Gopesha Gopika Kanda Radha Kanda Namastude Tapta Ganjana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhani Sude Devi Pranamami Haripriye Vancha Kalpatarubhyasta Kripa Sindhuve Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prasthaya Bodhale Srimade Bhaktivedanta Swamin Idinamine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Thank you. Hare Krishna. Thank you. Hare Krishna. So, first of all, I am not even qualified for giving a class on these topics, but as a service, for my own purification, I will do the service. Hare Krishna. And first of all, I would like to thank Satyasara Prabhu, Jai Subhadra Mataji, and my Guru Maharaj, His Holiness Rampal Swami Maharaj, and all my Shiksha Gurus for giving me this opportunity and presenting this topic here. Hare Krishna. Also, I would like to thank my family members for supporting this. Hare Krishna. So today we are going to discuss the Bhagavad Gita, third chapter, 9th verse. Third chapter, 9th verse. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Yajñartat karmano anyatra lokoyam karma bandhana tadartam karma kaunteya mukta sangha samachara. Yajñartat karmano anyatra lokoyam karma bandhana tadartam karma kaunteya mukta sangha samachara. Yajñartat karmano anyatra lokoyam karma bandhana tadartam karma kaunteya mukta sangha samachara. So Hare Krishna devotees, anyone would like to recite this verses?
तदर्थम कर्म कौन्तेय
Tadartam karma kaunteya
मुक्त संगः समाचर.
mukta sangha samachara. Yajñato karmano anyatra lokoyam karma bandhana tadartam karma kaunteya mukta sangha samachara. Yajñata karmano anyatra lokoyam karma bandhana tadartam karma kaunteya mukta sangha samachara. Yajñato karmano anyatra lokoyam karma bandhana tadartam karma kaunteya mukta sangha samachara. Anyone else? One more person? Yajñarto karmano anyatra lokoyam karma bandhana tadartam karma kaunteya mukta sangha samachara. Okay, now synonyms. Yajñarthat, done only for the sake of yajna or Vishnu. Karmanaha, than work. Anyatra, otherwise. Lokaha, world. I am this. Karma bandhanaha, bondage by work. Tat, of him. Artham, for the sake. Karma, work. Kaunteya, O son of Kundi. Mukta Sangha, liberated from association. Samachara, do perfectly. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace Srila A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. Jai Srila Prabhupada. Translation. Work done as a sacrifice for Vishnu has to be performed. Otherwise, work causes bondage in this material world. Therefore, O son of Kunti, perform your prescribed duties for his satisfaction, and in that way you will always remain free from bondage. Purport. Anyone would like to sing? One paragraph at a time, okay?
Purport. Since one has to work even for the simple maintenance of the body, the prescribed duties for a particular social position and quality are so made that that purpose can be fulfilled. Yagna means Lord Vishnu or sacrificial performances. All sacrificial performances are also meant for the satisfaction of Lord Vishnu. The Vedas enjoin Yagna vai Vishnu. In other words, the same purpose is served whether one performs prescribed yagnas or directly serves Lord Vishnu. Krishna consciousness is therefore performance of yagna, as it is prescribed in this verse. The Varnashrama institution also aims at satisfying Lord Vishnu. Varnashrama charavata purushena para puman Vishnur aradyate. Vishnu Purana 3.8.8.
Okay, next paragraph. Anybody else? Can you give the mic to?
Any reaction binds the performer. Therefore, one has to work in Krishna consciousness to satisfy Krishna or Vishnu, and while performing such activities, one is in a liberated stage. This is the great art of doing work, and in the beginning of this process requires very expert guidance. One should therefore act very diligently under the expert guidance of a devotee of Lord Krishna, or under the direct instruction of Lord Krishna himself, under whom Arjuna had the opportunity to work. Nothing should be performed for sense gratification, but everything should be done for the satisfaction of Krishna. This practice will not only save one from the reaction of work, but also gradually elevate one to transcendental loving service of the Lord, which alone can raise one to the kingdom of God. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji. Okay. So, let's begin. So, this verse's English translation is: work done as a sacrifice for Vishnu has to be performed, otherwise work causes bondage in this material world. Therefore, O son of Kunti, perform your prescribed duty for his satisfaction, and in this way you will always remain free from bondage. Right? So, in this verse we have several terminologies described. One is work, then prescribed duties, bondage, yajna. Right? So, we'll discuss all these terminologies and understand what it means, and then we'll discuss various points from Srila Prabhupada discussion. Then then we'll go a little deeper based on whatever I learned from Bhakti Shastri classes and etc. That depends on the time. So so I have arranged everything based on Srila Prabhupada's lecture on this one, and various purports and various classes given by various ISKCON devotees. Right. So if I make any mistakes, please forgive me. That's my ignorance. If you like anything, that's by the mercy of our Guru and Krishna. Hare Krishna. So we'll discuss those a few words. Work, right, or duty. What does that mean? Anybody has any thoughts? Want to share? What is work? Yes. Prabhuji, you wanted to say? Mm-hmm. Yes. Right. Very good. You wanted to say something?
Work is the punishment for coming into the material world.
Oh, reverse. All right. Okay. All right. Thank you. All are good answers, and yeah, that was particularly good. Awesome. Amazing. So basically, everyone has to work. Okay. Without work, we cannot maintain our body, right? And so no one can avoid working, and we cannot just go to forest and sit idle and do nothing, right? So that was one of the thoughts Arjuna had when Krishna was advising something. Why should I do anything? I'll just go forest and renounce everything. That was the thought he had. But that even then you are doing some work. You cannot sit idle. So this verse, again, we'll go back to the verse, which is work done as a sacrifice for Vishnu has to be performed. So that's the theme. Okay, we're going to talk about. Right. So unless one gradually elevates our position in devotional doing devotions and devotional services, you can, as per Srila Prabhupada, we can consider our body as dead body. That's the statement Srila Prabhupada making. So we have to, otherwise this body we are underutilizing. We have got this body in this birth, and we are not doing our work properly. And if we are not doing our work for Vishnu, then it's as good as a dead body, because we are again going to get another birth and keep doing this one. So it's as good as a dead body. So that's a very important statement Srila Prabhupada is making. So all the work that is being done must lead to Krishna consciousness. That is, otherwise it's all useless, right? So that's the point. Now that's work. Now what is prescribed duty? That's the next topic. Anybody wants to make any statement on this? Okay, Mother. Okay, all right, that's good.
Prescribed.
Yes, Prabhuji.
A duty as per some assignment that is there, or your position. Say for example, you're a father, your duty towards your child, towards your family, like that.
Wonderful. Thank you, Prabhuji. Anybody else wants to share anything? You have some amazing. Okay. Oh, wonderful. That was what I was looking for. Okay, excellent. Excellent. All right. Anything else? Yeah. Yeah.
A duty that somebody has to perform.
Okay. All right. So all the answers are correct. So we are based on our nature, we have got certain varna and asrama. Okay. Based on that, we have to do certain duties. So that is our prescribed duty. And on top of that, one important part is a prescribed duty is the one which is given by your guru. Okay. So whatever task given to you, that becomes your guru. So if you are given a certain service, okay, that becomes your prescribed duty. So we have to do that very nicely. So so in this verse, we are, the translation says, O son of Kunti, perform your prescribed duties for his satisfaction. Right? So we have to, when we are doing our prescribed duty, we have to do for Krishna's satisfaction. We are, whether we have a son or a child or husband, wife, whomever it is, we are doing that as a duty for the satisfaction of Krishna. So we have to understand in that way, everything that we do is for Krishna's satisfaction. Okay, so we now went through what is prescribed duty, and now what is karma and bondage. So this is a big topic. So I just wanted to hear from you all first. Anybody has any thoughts? Somebody else maybe who are not spoken it. Yeah, what is karma and what is bondage?
Bondage is attachment.
Okay.
Expecting the fruit out of it.
Okay.
Yeah, and karma means whatever doing the action, performing, and that is giving reaction.
Okay.
And that reaction, and we are like attached to that reaction or attaching the fruit out of it.
All right. Haribo. Anybody else? All right. So, okay.
Same Prabhu. Action,
Okay.
from that action, whatever the fruitful results we are getting, that is bondage.
Okay. All right. Thank you. So basically, every activity that we perform has a reaction, right? So it depends on the nature of our action. Basically, if you do good actions, then it results in good reactions. And similarly, if you are doing something bad or, not so pious activities, then we'll also get impious reactions, right? So this is action and reaction is the karma. We call it karma in broader terminology. So this reaction could happen immediately, or it could take lifetimes. Okay, so it could happen this life, or maybe another 10 life later we could have the reaction. So we don't know that part. So but it is going to happen. So that's the law of the material nature. Srila Prabhupada said, currently, this is a very important statement Srila Prabhupada makes always. Currently, we are working on our next body. We are waiting for your next birth, right? So we are waiting for your next birth. That's the statement Srila Prabhupada makes. So basically, if you are, we are actually doing actions in such a way that our karma is getting built, right? So based on our karma and based on our desires, our next body is going to be generated. So whatever we do, it has a consequence for our, we are just building our next body. So that means, so once again, that means we are not this body, right? That's very important to understand this part. We are just the spirit soul, and we are sitting in this material body. We are the spirit souls, right? And we are getting all this reaction stored somewhere, and it's going to take effect, and we are going to we'll transmigrate our body to the next body according to our desire. So that is the karma. Now, our karma bondage now comes to so the bondage is even more broader thing. So bondage, we are bound to this material world. Okay, we are bounded. There is a janma karma mrityu, janma karma jaravyadi. That cycle is there. That cycle is binding us to this material world. Okay, we are going to come back to this material world. That is the bondage. We want to break that cycle. So that's our objective. So now going back to our verse, it says, work done as a sacrifice for Vishnu has to be performed, otherwise work causes bondage in this material world. Okay, if you don't do it for Krishna, then we are bound to this material world. Okay, and perform your prescribed duty for his satisfaction. In this way, you will always remain free from bondage. So we'll be free from, we have to be free for every action that we perform, so that we are free from getting entangled into this material world. Alright? So that is bondage. Now this will talk a little more detail. So it's like, it's like we are in this material. It's like in the in the atomic energy, like in the nucleus we have the protons and everything present there, right? So when we are able to release that proton, then the energy is released, and similar, just for comparison's sake only. So we are actually bound in that nucleus. In this material world, we are just bound for a very, very long time. We need to come out of it. We need that external source which will take us out from that nucleus, right? So that is our Guru who is going to give us this Krishna consciousness. To come out of that, we need the guidance of a Guru, we need the scriptures, we need everything. So we need their help, we need association of the devotees. When we come out of that, then we are out of this material, we are free from that nucleus, right? That's the analogy I can give for easy understanding. So again in chapter 13, fast forward, Krishna again talks about karma in a different way, context. So he describes kshetrajna, and karma. It's described in even more detail. So now we are talking third chapter, which is Karma Yoga. In the 13th chapter also Krishna goes in a lot more detail about this karma. There it says, any action performed by a jiva, which is us, okay, a living entity, depends on 5 factors, okay, which are the field of action, and performer of the action, or the living entity, karma, or the action performed, kala, or time, or karma, or daiva, or the destiny which governs the outcome of our action that is performed. So like that, there are 5 factors mentioned in the 13th chapter, right? Now, of which the first 3 are in our control, right? The first 3, what are the first 3? That is the field of action, okay, and the performer of the action, okay, and the karma performed by the living entity. These 3 are in our control. So we should take full care to control our actions, right? So everything depends on these first 3 things. Now the other 2 things we don't have much control. It's in the hands of Krishna. One is the time factor, kala, okay, that is totally under Krishna's control, and the other one is daiva, or the destiny controlled by the Supreme Lord. That's also not in our hand control. So that's why we pray to Krishna. Okay, when we pray to Krishna, okay, now we our destiny can change. Krishna has the free will to change. So people go to astrologers and everything and find out there. So as soon as we are born, our this destiny, everything is actually well described, well written, and that's because for the same rule, that is, we have already created our karma. Okay, so the layout is already done. Okay, for our this in this birth, these are the things that are going to happen. So that layout is based on our previous actions from our previous birth and everything. So already those are written. Now, but by the favor of Guru and Krishna, when we please our Guru and Krishna, then Krishna has the free will to change our destiny, right? Very important to understand this. So our objective is to please Guru and Krishna. That way we can go back to Godhead. We can come out of this bondage. We can come out of this karma bandhana, right? Now, now another thing is, so as we were all in the spiritual world once upon a time, and we had this desire to enjoy separately from Krishna, right? So the Krishna allowed us to enjoy by bringing us to in this material world, right? Now Krishna also wants us to come back, right? So Krishna wants us to come back to him, and so that we can serve him. Now when So how does Krishna do that? Krishna is actually doesn't want to leave us. So he comes as Paramatma, super soul. Within this body there are two people sitting, right? Who are the two people sitting in our body? Soul and the super soul, right? Very good. So soul is sitting here and super soul is observing what we are doing, right? What are all the actions that we are doing, all the karmas that we are generating, all being observed and recorded by Krishna, right? So now these karma, these actions are, so as soon as Krishna sees that we are doing certain activity, Krishna wants to guide us. Okay, he gives everything in the form of intuitions, things like that, or he arranges. If we have a desire, Krishna will satisfy. So he will arrange circumstances in such circumstances that that our desires are taken care, right? So Krishna is always there. He is our well-wisher. He is also he is the he Bhaktaram Yajnatavasam Sarvaloka Maheshwaram. He is the benefactor of all our activities as well, right? Now, so Krishna actually wants us to go through the path of self-realization, and so that we can go back to spiritual world. And Prabhupada says that which produces the results binds us in karma. Okay, all the action, that action. Okay, so that's why we have to be, all our actions have to be very carefully done. Under the laws of karma, the living entity is actually wandering around this world, throughout the world, right? We are in this material world. In this material world, today we are in Austin, Texas. Tomorrow, in the next birth, we may be in China, or next birth maybe we are in Russia. We never know. We may be born as a pig, we may be born as a mosquito, we may be born as an ant, okay, and we may be born as a microbes, right, the bacteria. So we could be anything. So all this, like this, we have been wandering around this material world, right? So at some point we could be in earthly planet, or sometimes we could be in the higher planetary system such as Brahmaloka, Swargaloka, all the heavenly planets. We could also be in the lower planet like Padala Loka, okay, meaning the what is that? Hellish planets. Thank you, Prabhuji. The hellish planets also we can be there. So we are wandering. So we could be going up or down, we are shuttling everywhere. That is our, that is the thing, bondage we want to get out of it. Okay, and in all these places we are actually suffering. Actually, we are not realizing we are suffering. We are thinking that we are enjoying, right? So that's the problem. We are actually suffering. This material world is known as Dukkhalayam, and it is Ashashvatam also. It is a temporary as well. So, but we are thinking, okay, I am happy, so I don't need to do anything. So my health is good. I'm young and energetic. I have a good house, good wife, children. I'm happy. I have nothing to do, no issues. But that's not true. They are actually suffering in this material world. There is nobody in this material world who is not suffering, right? We are all suffering. We have to come out of this suffering. We need to realize that we are actually suffering. Until we realize it, we will not become serious about going back to Godhead. So our objective of ISKCON, Krishna, International Society of Krishna Consciousness, is to make aware everybody that we are actually suffering. We need to go back to Krishna Loka, right? That's our objective. So that's why we are inviting everybody. We are teaching Bhagavad Gita. We are teaching Bhagavatam. In fact, this is a great time for getting Bhagavatam. This is the time we have Bhadra Purnima coming up, and everyone should try to get a Bhagavatam copy if you don't have. And this is a great opportunity if you would like to get a copy, you should talk to Satyarupa Prabhu and get a copy. You can also give us a gift of Bhagavatam to your friends and families. So this is a great time, and that's how we would spread this particular knowledge that we are talking here, right? Now, so what is our original nature? Anybody would like to answer that? What is our original? So we are soul, right? We are spirit soul. So what is our original nature of the soul? What's that? Serving the Lord. Okay. What else? Haribol. Satchidananda Vigraha. That is what I was looking for. So we are actually spirit soul. We are actually very blissful and happy there. Here we are in a suffering world, right? We are our eternal nature is Satchidananda Vigraha, which is full of bliss. Okay, we are happy people, but we just had this slight wish that we just want to enjoy separately from Krishna. That's why we are here in this material world. This material world is actually a jail. It's a prison, right? We are being actually punished here, so that you realize that you made a mistake and you want to go back. You want to come out of the material world. Some people, we might think that okay, some facilities are given for us to enjoy. So we might think that we are enjoying here. It's just like we have a prison with a golden gate, and we have some with silverish gate and bronze gate and iron gate. Okay, and some are much worse than that. So these are the different categories. So we are thinking those who are in iron gate, those who are in golden gate, I'm very happy and fantastic, right? But all are suffering, right? So that is our situation. We all are suffering. We are in this prison. We need to get out of this prison. That should be our objective. So in this verse also Prabhupada mentions Yajñartha. Yajñartha means Krishna. Actually Yajñapati is actually Vishnu. So this was my confusion first. How is Yajña translated to Vishnu, right? So Yajña is actually, it's mentioned in multiple places. In the purport also Krishna is giving. Yajña means for the satisfaction of Vishnu. So Yajña is directly Vishnu. Okay, so so we had to act for Vishnu. And now there are, coming back to our karma, one wonderful example Srila Prabhupada gives us. There is a soldier, okay, he's fighting in the war, and he is able to kill so many enemies, right? And but he is not responsible for killing, right? He is not responsible. It's the authorities. He is acting under some authority, so he has no karma at all. He doesn't incur any reaction. At the same time, when he comes back home and after the war, and if he kills somebody, an ordinary person, he will be punished, right? That time he is acting on his own. So when he was working under the government or authority, when he was killing, there was no issue. There is no reaction for him. The reactions are for the authority. But when he was who was coming and killing on by himself on somebody on a personal level, then there is a reaction. He will be punished. He will be put into jail. He will go through the court, and he has to go through that punishment. That's the reaction. In the same way, so then he cannot argue that, oh no, I was a great soldier, I got medals, I got so many recognitions and everything, I can kill anybody, no, that doesn't work. Okay, in this case, that doesn't matter. So that's a very important point, that is, you have to work under some authority. Who is the authority here? Okay, So authority is the Guru and Krishna. When you are working under this authority, then there is no reaction, right? We are able to easily come out of this situation, right? So there is no karma. So we are out of bondage in that situation. Now, in this Bhagavad Gita, you can also see that this Arjuna went through the same situation. Arjuna wanted to kill initially everyone, but then he felt, oh, how can I kill my relatives, right? I cannot kill my relatives. I want to go do sannyasa. I don't want to incur any of those sins. But then Arjuna accepted Krishna as the spiritual master, right? Karpanya dosho, that verse, right? At that time he surrendered to Krishna. Then once he has surrendered to Krishna, all the knowledge came to him. Once he has the knowledge and he started acting under the authority, okay, then acting under Krishna's instruction, then there was no reaction for him. He was successful and he got great recognition, right? So there is no reaction. So that's what we have to do. We have to actually work under authority. So that we need to, everybody, all of us have to become serious about going back to Krishna. Once we have that sincere desire in our heart, Krishna will find the Guru for us, right? Krishna will guide us in the form of Chaitya Guru sitting in our heart. So Krishna will find the right course for action for us, right? So we all have to become serious about going back to Godhead in this birth itself. Now this is another important thing. We want to go back in this birth itself. Why? Because the material world, the Kali Yuga, in this Kali Yuga, the degradation is happening at a much faster pace. In the next, in few more decades later, the standard of living changes, the materialistic nature increases, right? During my childhood, my parents used to say that, oh, they used to do so and so things. They were more spiritual and more religious at that time. Of course, those days there were some other issues. So the impersonalists and non-believers, they say, no, we have improved. We have a great change. We don't have the caste system. We don't have that. We don't have this. We have progressed. We are making progress. But that's not true. We are actually degrading our culture and our understanding of our life's purpose itself, right? All right. So we have to, the lesson learned is we have to work under higher authorities order. That's when we are not taking any of this. And Srila Prabhupada says this is the secret of all activities. So if we can work under the authorities, then we are good. Now, Srila Prabhupada also mentioned Atap from Srimad Bhagavatam. This is described in another place. Atap pumpir dvijasreshta varnasrama vibhagada santushtaya dharmasya samsiddhir haritoshanam. A very well quoted verse. This was spoken by Sudha Goswami in the assembly of Brahmanas, and this is addressed as Dvijasreshta. So this means a well qualified Brahmana. Okay. So these spiritual things are not easily understood by everybody, right? So it needs some qualification. Okay. So Brahmanas are naturally can understand because they are in the mode of goodness. So they are supposed to be in the mode of goodness. So they can easily understand. So it's like when we are studying in the schools, you can see there are some students who will understand everything very well in the first go. There are some students who will not understand much, will understand average something. Some students won't understand anything, right? The same way, it's the nature of material world, right? So everyone won't be able to understand. So the class of people who understands in the same fashion, a class of people who will understand the spirituality better are called Brahmanas. Okay, and but this spirituality is given to everyone. Just like in the class, mathematics is given to all the students, but some gets it very well, some don't get very well. But that's freely available. So, in order to understand this one, we have to be receptive. That's the point here. So, we need to come to the platform of being receptive. We need to come to the level of, all of us have to come to the level of being a Brahmana, right? So, that is a quality we want to develop, right? That was the point is made. So, so Sudha Goswami addresses, O best of the Brahmanas. Okay. So next part is the Ada Pumbir Dujasreshta Varnasama Vibhasaka. So the division, there are some divisions. The work is actually divided based on our basic nature. Our nature, we may be very good in learning things, okay, spiritual things. So they are classified as a Brahmanas. But some are very good in administrations, such as, politics, being a warrior, all those things. They are classed Kshatriyas. And some are good in business, doing business, trading, and all those. They are called Vaishyas. And some are just qualified only to do some works. So they are called Shudras. So this classification is natural. It's mentioned in Bhagavad Gita, Chadurvarnyam Maya Sishtam Guna Karma Vipasaka. Based on our guna, this classification is done. So now based on that we have our own duty. It's better to do our prescribed duty than working on someone else's duty. So that's also mentioned in Bhagavad Gita. That is, we should do our duty as per our as per our yeah. So if you try to do someone else's duty, that may not be effective. So we all can be whatever position we are, we can still go back to Godhead. There is no be whatever you are. If you are a Shudra, don't worry. So we can still go back to Krishna. It's very simple actually. So what is the so we could be now there is asrama also. We could be a brahmachari, we could be a sannyasi, you could be a grihastha, you could be a vanaprastha. All these asramas also you can be in there. Our duty again changes based on these asramas as well. Now in all these asramas we can still do our duties perfectly, right? So now so these how do we do our what is the in general what is the prescribed duty for us? Now what is our spirit's nature? It's somebody mentioned here, we have to serve the Supreme Lord, right? That's our spirit's nature. So how do we serve the the Supreme Lord? By accepting a guru or following those who are following the paths of the spiritual path. I mean those who are in the following the Krishna conscious way of life. If you follow their path, or if you just assist them, that's also good. So if you just do those kinds of activities, we are doing the right thing. Then we can go back to Krishna Loka. Now so this is now I'll go a little slightly because of the lack of time. I'll go a little other part of this topic, which is what I learned a little bit from the Bhakti Shastri classes. It's little technical, so but it's very good for everyone to understand these parts. That is so we are in the third chapter of Bhagavad Gita. So here we are but we are talking about how this Vedas are generally meant for everyone, right? So we are something known as Karma Kanda section. Okay, Karma Kanda section of the Vedas is meant for everybody. So regardless of where we are, as we had described earlier, if we do just good things, we can gradually elevate in the process of coming to the spiritual platform, that is Brahmana platform. We want to be in the Brahmana platform so that we can execute all the devotional service in the perfect way. So actually we need to go further up. We have to become a Vaishnava. Not all Brahmanas are Vaishnavas, so we need to get to the state of becoming a Vaishnava. Now, if we don't get into this state, Srila Prabhupada says we are as good as asses, Gokara, that's the terminology used. So, if we, animals, they don't have any instinct about the spirituality, what is the purpose of life. When they are, cows are gone to the slaughterhouse, they stand up in line, they go to the slaughterhouse, they don't know they are going to be killed in the next moment. They just go, one after another, and they will be killed in the next moment. Okay, they don't know, they don't have that consciousness to understand that. But human beings are not like that. But human beings should utilize this birth to understand spirituality and come out of this situation, not being an animal. If we don't follow this, Srila Prabhupada says, quoting this verse, says we are in a Gokara state, that is the as good as cows and asses. Okay, so this is not a good thing. Some people say that, okay, I'm good, I'm just being, it doesn't matter whatever happens, it's okay, it's working as, the natures, as per the nature I'll be, but that's not true. Every birth is suffering. The suffering of these poor animals is much worse. As they go to a slaughterhouse, you can see how bad it is, right? So we don't want to be in this state. So we just want to go back to Godhead, right? Now, so the Vedic injunction is to awake everyone, right? When we are speaking, we are in a sleeping state mostly. Okay, how do we wake up somebody who is sleeping? By the sound vibration. So the sound vibration that we do is by chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. This Hare Krishna Mahamantra, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So this sound vibration can actually awake our sleeping nature within our bodies, right? We are all sleeping in this material world, but by hearing this sound vibration, our heart gets purified. Chedo Darpana Marjanam. So that purification of our heart happens when we chant this mantra. So we have to keep chanting. We have actually a japa program every day morning. We should chant in the morning. So those who are interested, let me know. We have a japa in the Brahma Muhurta. So starting from 5 a.m. So if you all can chant, that will help, come out of this situation which we had been talking till now. So, Prabhu, we are on time, right? Okay, sure. So we are, if we do Hare, chanting, just by chanting, we are going to go back to Godhead. Chant and be happy. So let's begin with that program. Chant. Okay, all of us should chant. And also another important thing is, just like we are woken up by hearing, we need to hear also. Hear from authorities, like Srila Prabhupada. We need to listen to Srila Prabhupada's lectures, Srila Prabhupada's books, right? All those things are hearing. Okay, when we chant and hear, then we will make progress, right? So, so now we have actually this karma kanta. I was mentioning earlier about we are in the karma kanta process, most of the people, but we need to come to the nishkama karma yoga part, which is there is sakama karma yoga and nishkama karma yoga. We need to come to the sakama karma yoga. We'll do actions, but with a desire. Okay. Now, when we go to the nishkama karma, this particular verse is we are talking about nishkama karma yoga, where we don't have any desire. All our desires are for Krishna. When we do all the sacrifice for Krishna, there is no reaction to us. All the reactions are taken away by Krishna. So there is no reaction. So we want to come to that Nishkama Karma Yoga platform. This is the starting point from which we can go further. We have a lot more to go. So when we come to, then we'll get the knowledge. Krishna will give us the knowledge to make further progress. But let's at least start at this point. Okay. I think I'm running short of time, so I'll, if I made any mistakes, please forgive me. Vanchakalpataribhyasya kripasindhubhyeva patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namah anantakoti vaishnavanti ki jai. Now, if you have any comments or questions, it's a good time we can try to address. Hare Krishna. Yes. Can you give the mic to?
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Mic.
Hare Krishna.
Okay.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Prabhu, for a wonderful class. Just a comment. Prabhu made a point about Japa conference in the morning. Believe me, it's a wonderful exercise. I know most of us are doing Japa, but those who are not doing Japa, that's the best time to get started, because you get to see other people also who are doing the Japa, right? So that gives you some strength, yet there is some taste in this thing. That is why these people are coming at the same time and doing chanting all at the same time. So it's very important to do Japa, and that time is very crucial, because there is no sound vibration in the atmosphere at that time. It's very peaceful. When you sit and chant, you can hear very nicely. You can hear other devotees also chanting. So thank you, Prabhu, for bringing that point. It's very good to do chanting together in the morning. Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Haribo, Haribo. Prabhuji, back.
Yeah, Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Wonderful class.
Hare Krishna.
So you said, there are 5 actions, 3 out of that actions, it is within our control.
Yes.
I just wanted some example, if you can just give for that 3 actions.
Okay, sure, Prabhu. So the question is, so in the 13th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, let me go there. In the 13th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, there is mention of Kshetra, Kshetrajna and Karma, right? Those are the, then there is Kala and Deva. So these are the 5 factors that influence a Jiva's actions, right? So what Prabhu is asking is there, what are the examples of each situation, right? So each cases. Am I clear? Okay. So I will try my level best, Prabhuji. So anybody else can also answer, those who are more advanced. So basically, Kshetra means the field of action. Okay. So field of action is our body. Field of action is our body. So it's like Kshetra is in Hindi, it is Khetra. So Khetra means it's a field, right? So field, yeah, right. So that's where all the actions are happening, right? So same way, so many actions are happening in our body, right? So we are this body. Okay, we are not the soul. So that is the first part, and we have control over that, right? We can control in the sense I can maintain my body very well, right? I can take bath, I can purify myself externally, right? So I can take daily bath in the morning, and evening, 3 times a day or whenever possible. So this is one example of taking care of our body, okay, and eating healthy food. That way we can maintain our body, okay, not eating or not overeating, no excessive eating. So that also gives us out of illness. So those are the activities which we can do in a positive way. Now the next part is the jiva, that is the knower of the activities. So this is the we are the knower. Actually there are two knowers, okay, soul as well as the super soul. Both have the knowledge. The soul, which is us, we know about our body, okay, but we do not know about the other person's body, what is happening in other's body. So but the super soul, which is Krishna, who is present in everybody, he knows about my activities as well as the other person's activity and other person's activity, everyone's activities. So how that's controllable, because we can we can control our actions there. So if you do good actions, we have control over it. If you do bad actions, again, so we know the knowledge, we have the knowledge about our own activities. We can purify our actions in such a way that we perform everything for the benefit of Krishna. So that is the second one. The third one is the karma part. Karma part we have explained in detail. So we to avoid karma, so to get a good karma, actually we don't want good karma or bad karma. We don't want to do pious or impious activity. We want to go beyond that. That is called akarma. We want to get into the akarma state, which is when we offer the result of our activities to Krishna or under the instruction of Krishna, under the authority of Krishna, then that action becomes akarma. So these are the 3 examples I can give. Anybody else would like to share any other examples? That's welcome. So, all right. Any other questions or comments? Thank you for the wonderful question, Prabhu. Thank you.
Prabhu, I have one reflection.
Sure,
based
Prabhu.
on
Sure,
that.
sure, Prabhu.
So we need to take seriously, you are saying that
Yeah.
in this life.
Yes.
So yeah, the as you said, Kali Yuga going to degrade,
Yes.
and that verse is also there, like in the Bhagavad Gita. So when Arjuna asks what is the position of unsuccessful yogi,
Yes.
then Krishna says that
Wonderful.
Prapya punya krutam lokam usitva sasvatas samaha suchina srimatam gehe yoga brashto bijayate. So because of we are doing some pious activities here, so with that we'll live in higher planetary systems for some years. Then we will born in a rich aristocratic family or a devotee family, and we will perform.
Right.
So by that time we come here, 10,000 years it is gone.
Yes.
Then
Exactly.
we might be taking birth in a good family,
Right.
devotee family, but outside is not so conducive to do the bhakti.
Excellent.
We can take Hindus' situation in Bangladesh.
Yes.
So this is so that's why maybe we need to take serious. Thank you for quoting that, Prabhu.
Thank you.
And
Wonderful.
that
Wonderful point. Actually, I just want to add to that. Okay. So there is actually beautiful. I heard from another lecture. This one. So assume that we are now Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came. He is Krishna himself, and he has come to deliver all of us. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came 500 years ago. Now, that assume that we are not going back in this birth, and we are taking another birth, right? Our next birth, maybe after several years, okay, several years, maybe our next birth as a human being, okay, as a human being could be by the time this 10,000 years is past. Okay, if that happens, we are in the worst phase. Okay, so because the time, the explanation given is another way. So assume that our next birth is in the upper planetary system. The upper planetary system has a longer duration of life. So that longer duration means we could pass this 10,000 years easily. So by the time we come back to Earth, okay, earthly planet, this is the period mentioned by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu may have passed. So doing lot of pious activity is also not great thing, because doing lot of pious activity we will go to higher planetary systems where we will have a longer duration of life, right? So we have to be, this is very dangerous world in one sense, right? So good point, Prabhu. Thank you for bringing it up. Hare Krishna. There you go. Any other comments or questions? Yes. If actually most important thing is just doing devotion, simple devotion service. Don't need to do a very big thing, but do not offend anybody. Just do simple thing. Just be peaceful, chant, and do our devotion service without any causing any offenses to anyone, to any human beings, or even to animals or anything. And it's assured that we'll go back to Godhead in this birth itself. Okay? Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Okay, that I'll end back to Mahesh. Hare Krishna. Yes, Prabhuji. Yes, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Now we are going to the next part of our program. Arati. The Arati is going to perform by Sri Yes, please.
We have two Madhavas here.
You play both here. Kimberly is playing. Yeah.
How can you pick it up? Start from? Okay. Hello. विष्णुपदाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामीति नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वती देवी गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देश तारिणी जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्णा हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे everybody हरे कृष्णा हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 रामा हरे रामा 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 रामा हरे रामा 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 हरे हरे कृष्णा हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 रामा हरे रामा 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे रामा हरे रामा 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 रामा हरे रामा 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 हरे हरे Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Jaya Prabhupada 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 Jaya Gurudeva Jaya Gurudeva Jaya Gurudeva Jaya Gurudeva Nitai Gaura Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Nitai Gaura Hari Bol Nitai Gaura Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Nitai Gaura Hari Bol Bolo Premanande Hari Hari Bol
जय नित्य लीला प्रविष्ट ओम विष्णुपाद परम हर्ष परिव्राजकाचार्य अष्टोत्तर शत श्री श्रीमद हिज डिवाइन ग्रेस एसी भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। जय ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य अष्टोत्तर शत श्री श्रीमद भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती गोस्वामी महाराज प्रभुपाद की जय। अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय। नामाचार्य श्रील हरिदास ठाकुर की, इस्कॉन फाउंडर आचार्य श्रील प्रभुपाद की, प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद, श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद की जय। श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गोप गोपीनाथ श्याम कुंड राधा कुंड गिरि गोवर्धन की, वृंदावन धाम की, मथुरा धाम की, नवद्वीप धाम की, जगन्नाथपुरी धाम की, गंगा माई की, यमुना माई की, तुलसी देवी की, भक्ति देवी की, संकीर्तन यज्ञ की, इस्कॉन सेडर पार्क की, बृहद मृदंगा बुक डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन प्रोग्राम की, समवेत भक्त वृंद की, गौर प्रेमानंदी, गौर प्रेमानंदी, गौर प्रेमानंदी. All glories to assembled devotees, all glories to assembled devotees, all glories to assembled devotees, all glories to Shri Guru and Shri Gaurang. Jai Srila Prabhupada ki.
This is working. Narsimha. Maybe someone. Can someone
Namaste Narasimhaya, Namaste Narasimhaya, Namaste Narasimhaya, Namaste Narasimhaya. Prahlad Lad Daine, Prahlad Lad Daine, Prahlad Lad Daine, Prahlad Lad Daine. Hiranyakashi Purvakshaha, Hiranyakashi Purvakshaha, Hiranyakashi Purvakshaha, Hiranyakashi Purvakshaha. Shilatangkhana khalaye, Shilatangkhana khalaye, Shilatangkhana khalaye, Shilatangkhana khalaye. Ito Narsimho Parato Narsimho, Ito Narsimho Parato Narsimho, Ito Narsimho Parato Narsimho, Ito Narsimho Parato Narsimho. Yato yato yamitato Narsimho, Yato yato yamitato Narsimho, Yato yato yamitato Narsimho, Yato yato yamitato Narsimho. Bahe Narsimho hridaye Narsimho, Bahe Narsimho hridaye Narsimho, Bahe Narsimho hridaye Narsimho, Bahe Narsimho hridaye Narsimho. Narsimhamadin sharanam prapate, Narsimhamadin sharanam prapate, Narsimhamadin sharanam prapate, Narsimhamadin sharanam prapate. Tava kara kamalavare natha adbhuta shringa, Lalita Hiranyakashipu Tanubringa, Keshavadrika Narhari Rupa. Jai Jagadisha Hare, Jaya Jagadisha Hare, Jaya Jagadisha Hare. Hare Kamalavare Nama Adura Shinga, Lalita Hiranyakashipu Tanubringa, Keshavadrika Narhari Rupa. Jai Jagadisha Hare, Jaya नरसिंह भगवान की, प्रहलाद महाराज की जय। हरे कृष्ण।